Have you just sprained your ankle and you're wondering when can you actually start walking on it? Well, in this video, I'll give you some pointers. I'm going to divide it between walking around the house, when's that safe and what should you be doing, and walking outside or even walking for exercise. This video is for lateral or outer ligament sprains and for inner or medial ankle sprains. It is not for high ankle sprains. High ankle sprains requires a different type of treatment and treatment advice, and I've made a video about that, so have a look in the description of this video if you want a link to that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Maryke. I'm one of the physiotherapists from sportsinjuryphysio.com, where you can get online physiotherapy assessment as well as treatment for your injuries, all done via video call. Have a look at the description of this video. I've put a link to our website in there. When is it actually safe to start putting some weight through your ankle and walking on it in the house? Well, actually, the research shows the quicker you can get to the point where you actually start to put some weight through it, the better your recovery will be. Now, this all has to be done within limits of pain. What do I mean with limits of pain? It doesn't mean push through pain at all costs. There are things you need to keep in mind. So limits of pain means that what can you do at this moment that doesn't cause you quite significant discomfort or pain, and it doesn't cause your injury to feel worse several hours later. So if we think of ankle sprains, they come in quite a variety of severity. So if you've got an ankle that's really, really painful, it's super swollen, and you can just take some weight on it, it may mean that you actually use some crutches to walk around the house and just take enough weight on it that it feels relatively comfortable. It may also mean that you just start by putting some weight through it gently as you're working at the kitchen counter. So it doesn't mean force it to move, because that will just make it feel worse. Now, if you want to know how to walk with crutches, that you shadow walk and get that normal movement through it as you're walking, I've made videos about that. I'll put a link to that one in the description of this one. So then, if we think of you've just got a mild ankle sprain, it's not that bad, then yeah, start walking on it, definitely in the house. But again, keep in mind, if your foot feels really painful or the ankle is really swollen by the end of the day, it means you've likely been on your feet too much. And this can be either standing or walking. So just look at not just the immediate response, but also later that evening, and especially the next day. If it's telling you that it's really painful the next day, whatever you did yesterday was too much for it. Now, things that can make it easier for you to walk around the house is if you actually walk around in supportive shoes. I know it's a bit to wear shoes inside the house, but if you feel really uncomfortable walking around barefoot, then giving it a bit of support and just allowing that ankle to rest a bit while you're moving can be a really useful thing. If you have a severe ankle sprain and you've torn quite a significant number of your ligaments or portion of the ligament, then actually wearing an ankle brace while you're moving around in the house is the better option, because it then stabilizes the ankle so that the ligament can grow together really well. I've made a full video about what braces are the best for different situations and when to wear them. So if you're interested in that, have a look at the description of this video. There's a link to that, and it also includes some braces that can be useful that I give examples of. So what about walking outside or getting back to walking for exercise? Well, it all depends on how your sprain is actually recovering. So there's no set number of days or weeks you've got to wait. It all depends on what can you do with minimal discomfort. Now, it's absolutely okay to kind of be aware of your ankle while you're walking, but it shouldn't make you limp. If you have to limp, it means that you either need to use crutches or cane, or perhaps see if you need to change your footwear. You should be able to walk with a relatively normal gait pattern. So it means you're rolling over your foot forwards, relatively normal, if you want to start walking longer distances. Now, things that can really, really help is one, wearing an ankle brace, because a semi-rigid ankle brace can give you support but still allow that movement to be normal. So you don't want one that's too soft, you don't want one that's too rigid and stops all movement. You just want that Goldilocks brace. And again, I would say go listen to the other video or watch the other video I made about this, because I go into a lot of detail there. But then also be a bit sensible. If we think of the ligaments that's injured when you sprain your ankle, the most common is either the outside ligaments or the inside ligaments. and they stop the ankle from going side to side. So if you're going to go walk around on really uneven ground, that's going to cause the ankle to want to move more side to side, and that can actually make your injury worse or cause you to sprain it again. So stick to even ground when you start walking outside, and again, if you're going to be between a lot of people, definitely wear a brace so that if there's somebody bumps into you or something happens that you didn't expect, then you can react to it. I would only start walking for exercise if you're already comfortable walking short distances. It doesn't make sense to walk for exercise if you can't walk comfortably around the house. And the same rule applies here, and even more than for walking around the house, is you don't really want more than a 1 out of 10 discomfort while walking outside if you're doing it for exercise. And then definitely check the 24-hour response. How's my ankle feeling tonight? Is it significantly more uncomfortable than it was last night when I didn't go for a walk? If the answer is yes, then it's not ready for the distance you walked, and you likely have to make that shorter. Also, the next day, if it's more swollen or more pain, same thing. But think about what you do when you're walking as well. So it's always good to just test a short walk first and go slow. The faster you walk, the harder everything has to work and the more likely it is to irritate it. So start with slow walks and you can increase your speed as your ankle recovers. Then also think about your shoes. If you're going to wear flip-flops or sandals or really flexible shoes, some of those Nike ones that feels as if you're on jelly basically when you walk, or even the memory foam ones you get, they're not going to offer you support, and in fact they're going to make your injured ligaments actually work harder. So what you want is you want a shoe that's stable and just gives you support while you're walking, so that you don't have to do extra work trying to balance on top of your shoe. Let me know if you've got any questions, and if you want to know more about the braces or exercises for ankle sprains, rehab, treatment, I've made videos about all of those. So have a look at the description of this video if you want links to those. And remember, if you need more help with an injury, you're welcome to consult the team via video call. There's a link to the website also in the description of this one. Take care.